What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Show, where I cover the latest cryptocurrency news articles to keep you informed on what's going on and what is happening in the crypto space and the Bitcoin space. Is all these price predictions I'm seeing out there true, or are they fantasy, or are they just like a later on thing going on in the future? Well, there's lots of predictions going on. We have which one is pretty crazy, which I do believe will happen, but not in this time frame, where we have Arthur Hayes calling for 3.4 million. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong is calling for 1 million, but then we got some technical analysis with Raw Paul thinking predicting we're following the IMS line, and also how Bitcoin can potentially surpass 300,000. That one seems a little bit more realistic to me. But I got those articles, a couple other. But what else is happening in the crypto space? Let's take a look at some of these Twitter posts out there. What's happening? Wait a minute. There we go. Sorry, it was not loading. There we go. So Justin, Dutch governor, to consider the creation of Bitcoin reserves. So doubled up. Let's take a look at this quick little minute video.
Moderniseerd stukje technologie is.
Use of technology.
Merkelijk gegeven. Anyway. De Kamer gehoord de beraadslaging verzoekt de regering om naast onze nationale goudvoorraad ook te starten met de aanleg van een strategische Bitcoin-reserve en gaat ook tot de orde van de dag. De Kamer gehoord de beraadslaging overwegen dat een zeer groot deel van de Nederlandse goudvoorraad van 600 ton, huidige waarde circa 50 miljard, in het buitenland heeft opgeslagen, roept de regering op om deze nationale goudvoorraad in overleg met de Nederlandse bank zo snel mogelijk te repatriëren en terug te brengen naar Nederland, gaat over tot de orde van de dag. De Kamer gehoord de beraadslaging overwegen dat door voortdurende inflatie de waarde van fiatgeld continu daalt, terwijl de waarde van goud grotendeels constant is gebleven dan wel relatief in waarde is gestegen. Roept de regering op in overleg te treden met de bankensector en een goudspaarrekening te helpen ontwikkelen waar rekeninghouders gemakkelijk hun fiatgeld kunnen omzetten in goud en gaat over tot de orde van de dag. Dank u wel.
Okay, so he understands that the fiat currency is debasing and gold's still strong and all, but now they're in the talks of creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, there's so much accumulation happening around the world of Bitcoin, and you're going, why is price down right now? Bitcoin's at 110,000. We're going to be testing that 110 level resistance support level. So we'll see if we hold that line. Some people think we can touch 107, but this is good consolidation for where we're going. But why isn't the Bitcoin price going up? It's because all these big guys who are buying, they're buying over the counter. So they're trying to keep the price as controlled as possible. They don't want to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, have the price go up to 150 because they're going to be getting less of it. So they're going to be trying to do any way they can to buy without triggering a price fluctuation where it will go up or down. And that's where you do over the counter, just peer to peer. So they're buying directly from the miners. This is going from one wallet to another. And that really doesn't affect the price change at all. So if they're doing these purchases straight off the exchange, and then that's what's going to cause the price go up, because we'll be getting all those buy orders and sell orders just filled up, gobbled up, and that's going to shoot the price up. But when it's just over the counter, So that's why we're not seeing the price move. But eventually this is going to trickle down where they cannot buy from the over the counters or even directly from the miners anymore. There'll be too many contracts out there where everyone has getting their own piece of it. And so they're going to be forced to go to exchanges out there. And then that's when we're really going to see that price boom. And then, so that's why you really want to have your crypto in your own self-custody, because once they start going over and taking liquidity from the exchanges, the exchanges will deal with the bigger end clients before they deal with the common folk. And they'll be putting holds on it, you can move your crypto at this date. So take control of your cryptocurrencies and put it in a self-custody wallet. Not your keys, not your coins. But what else is happening in the space of crypto? Quick little tidbits before we get to the articles. Justin, $2.8 trillion capital group became the largest shareholder of Bitcoin treasury company MetaPlanet. So we see here that they hold a position of 130,669,451 shares of the company. So they're investing in this company because, again, they're gobbling up Bitcoin too. Companies and businesses, institutions are going to go into businesses that are already acquiring it just to get just a little bit of exposure to the network. So yeah, so that's news there. That Capital Groups is just fully on board with what MetaPlanet's doing. And also Justin, BlackRock and Fidelity spot Bitcoin ETF did a combined $2.27 billion in trading volume. So Bitcoin is still flowing through these ETFs, which were a great catalyst point. Now let's talk about the price predictions out there. So we have, again, Arthur Hayes from, I think he was BitMEX or Bitfinex. I forget which company he created or exchange, but he predicts 3.4 million by 2028. Yeah, that's I don't know. Anything's probable out there. Is it possible? I don't think it is, but probable, yes. But 3.4 million, like in that 3 million price, I think we still have some time to get there. Like we're still getting the accumulations from all the big guys up. They're doing everything they can. So again, like I said, though, if they dry up the miners and over-the-counter exchanges and they're forced to buy off the exchanges and dry up that liquidity, then we could see this 3.4 million, because that's going to be like a godlike candle, and it can happen extremely fast. So that's Arthur Hayes' prediction. Then we also got Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong issuing a $1 million price Bitcoin. I picture maybe by 2030, 2034, we're going to be at that 1 million Bitcoin. But again, it's all guesses right there. But let's go over I like Raul Paul's prediction more. Well, just a little tidbit. Coinbase has the Bitcoin white paper on their office, so they full on believe in Bitcoin. But let's go over Raul Paul's Bitcoin correlation with the ISM index. I think this is really insightful. So Raul Paul, co-founder and CEO of Real Vision, recently stated that Bitcoin's price movement is now closely linked to the ISM index, anticipating significant impacts. Now, this connection suggests a potential peak in Bitcoin's price by 2026, aligning with macroeconomic cycles and affecting market dynamics for investors globally. Now, the Bitcoin market projections align with the ISM growth. Raul Paul, co-founder of Real Vision, asserts a strong connection between Bitcoin and the ISM. Now, he suggests that the Treasury decision is to extend debt maturity from 4 to 5 artificially lengthens Bitcoin's market cycle, and this effectively reshapes investments expectations into a 5-year cycle, delaying projections originally due in 2025-2026. So he's thinking that, we're getting, instead of a 4-year cycle, a 5-year cycle because of all this. But Powell expects Bitcoin's price could surpass $300,000 should the ISM rise above 60, riding a wave of increased liquidity. Now, this forecast synchronizes with a broader market understanding that Bitcoin trends reflect major macroeconomic cycles. Now, Raul Paul stated that Bitcoin goes up as the ISM goes up. So if it goes above 60, I mean, those are high prices in Bitcoin. That could be above 300,000, maybe even higher. Now, the investment sentiment on social platforms show keen interest in Powell's theory. The notion of extending cycle expectations to 2026 has prompted significant discussions among traders, with an emphasis on the ISM reading as critical triggers, and official statements from Powell emphasizes Bitcoin's leading positions that's relative to the ISM metrics. Now, key historical ISM surges boost Bitcoin prices. So did you know that historically, when the ISM index surpassed 60, Bitcoin has experienced significant rallies, such as those in 2017 and 2020/2021. Analysts have predicted a similar surge if current trends continue. Now, according to CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin's price currently stands at $111,519, reflecting a 24-hour change of negative 1.41%. Now, the market cap is at $2.2 trillion with a dominance of 58.24%, and trading volume in the last 24 hours have reached 52 billion, an increase of 8.6%. Now, Bitcoin circulating supply is currently at 19,925,965 against a max limit of 21 million Bitcoin. So we are really coming into that final million Bitcoin. Like 450 Bitcoin get created every day and get added to circulation. But we are literally just 1,075,000 Bitcoin away, and then it's all gone. But again, that won't be until the year 2142. That's when we estimate that's when the final Bitcoin should be mined, because the cycle goes every 210,000 blocks. There's a halving in Bitcoin's circulation supply. So it's going to be right now we're at 3.125 Bitcoin. At 2028 will be 1.5, and then in 2032 0.075. So this is going to just keep going down until the year 2142. But the CoinCoo research team highlights that Bitcoin's alignment of deviation from macroeconomics indicators such as the ISM could influence its liquidity and price stability. Now, this correlation underscores the necessity for market participants to monitor macro indicators and evolving fiscal policies. So Raul Paul predicts that, again, it's in correlated with the ISM index. We've seen that in 2017 and 2020/2021 when it surpassed the 60 on the chart. Bitcoin had a huge rally with it. So he's saying like if we go back up to this, because the SMS per looking like it's heading there, Bitcoin could be at 300,000. So that does seem realistically. I'm still calling for at least 150 by the end of the year, so December, but you never know. Could we be at 300? Or did he call by 2028? Was that? No, that was Arthur Hayes saying we're going to be at 3.4 million 2028. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Coinbase, I don't think he gave a prediction on when it could be going up. Let's see. Bitcoin will reach 1 million within the next 5 years. So actually, that could be probable. That could actually work too. So in 5 years, yeah, Bitcoin could grow surprisingly well because of everything that's going on around the world. Bitcoin treasury is happening. More governments and governors are getting on board with crypto. Like we just heard yesterday or 2 days ago, the Democratic Ian Caldron of California is going to run. And California is a big state economically in the United States. So if they're on board with Bitcoin, that is bullish news. So everyone's getting on board. And we're going to be seeing a lot more adoption just even in the real world as well, with businesses soon to accept it. Like everyone's going to have to, because they're just going to need to acquire more Bitcoin. If you can't buy it and you can't, if you can't buy it like right away, if you want the easiest way to get it, accept it for transactions with your services. So businesses will be doing it, and they save money too on transaction fees, as well as just faster liquidity where they can gain access to that money instantly instead of waiting for the traditional 3 to 4 business days plus their 2 to 4% fee per transaction. So everyone's going to do it. It's happening. And so like it's fun to speculate these predictions going on. But let's take a quick commercial. No, not a commercial break. It's only been 11 minutes. What else is going on in the news? It looks like Ohio is to accept Bitcoin for state payments. So Ohio approves crypto vendor to accept Bitcoin for state fees and services. Like I said, everyone's going to be starting to accept it and use it. And this is happening at the state level right now. So in a major development for crypto adoption in the U.S., Ohio State Board of Deposit has approved a vendor that will allow residents and businesses to pay state fees and services using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Now, this makes Ohio one of the first U.S. states to take such a proactive step toward integrating digital assets into the public services. Now, the decision is a clear signal that Ohio is embracing innovation and seeking modern solutions to improve government services. It also reflects the growing demand for flexible payment options among both citizens and companies operating in the digital economy. Now, this is a step toward mainstream crypto usage. So while crypto is often viewed as a speculative or niche, this move shows its growing utility in real-world applications. Now, the vendor approved by Ohio's Treasury will serve as a bridge between the state and the user. Now, converting crypto payments into US dollars, this ensures that the state does not directly deal with the price volatility of crypto assets. So there might be using like a third party like vendor where you can control that. Like there's so many companies out there, 9nodes, I think BitPay does it too. But like they give you the option where you like they will provide you the services where you probably easily connected to your POS system. And again, they would just be the middleman to like take on the Bitcoin, crypto, whatever, and then they'll let you know. You can choose, like, do you want it all in Bitcoin? Do you want 50-50, half Bitcoin, half in USDT? So that way it goes back into cash, or vice versa. You can choose with it. So that's what most likely these companies are, this government board's doing, but I'm not sure. I don't think this article will say who they're actually using. But by taking this step, Ohio joins a small but growing group of governments exploring blockchain technology and digital currencies to modernize payment systems. So again, here's Bitcoin Magazine's tweet on Justin. Ohio State Board of Deposits approved a vendor to accept Bitcoin and crypto payments for state fees and services. Now, what does this mean for crypto's adoption in the U.S.? Well, Ohio's decision could set a precedent for other states to follow. If successful, the system may be expanded to include a broader range of services and possibility influence of federal discussions on crypto regulation and integration. Now, the crypto industry is keeping a close eye on Ohio's next step with regulatory clarity and technical infrastructure in place. Now, more states may soon follow suit in bringing crypto to government payments ecosystem. And this also helps spread adoption even faster because it's going to be working with the other states. Right now, it's just being tested in Ohio, but again, they're testing it out. They're seeing how it works. If it works great for them, then when all the other states come on board, it's not going to be like, okay, well, how do we do this? Let's test this out. They're going to come to Ohio and go like, okay, say, hey, what did you use? Oh, so that works quite fine. We got the numbers and information. And they go, yep, here you go. boom, they just replicate that right then and there. No trying to figure out, do we do this? Does this not work or whatnot? It's just going to be right there ready. So adoption is going to roll out really fast as we get more of these news of the states, countries, and governments. It's like just onboarding this technology. So yeah, so awesome bullish news happening in the space. I love seeing this every day in the news. Like I love reading the news. It's going, okay, what's happening in crypto today? Most of the time, these are the only moments I really get to really focus in on like cryptocurrency. The rest of the day, it's like, okay, I'll listen to the Ben and Jay show in the morning because I got to get that set up. Maybe I'll get 20 minutes to listen to Ivan on Tech. And then at the evening when I'm at the gym, that's like the only 3 times I can really like pay attention to crypto or listen to other people talk about it. But these hour shows, I love doing it because it's staying up to date, seeing the adoption happen in real life. And yeah, so like this is great news happening in crypto. Now, other like giants buying into the space, Google takes 5.4% stake in a Bitcoin mining company called Cipher Mining in a $3 billion deal. Now, I believe I covered this article before, but I think right now it is locked in. So they are doing it. But Google has acquired a 5.4% stake in Bitcoin miner Cipher Mining by backstopping $1.4 billion of FluidStack's obligations in a $3 billion 10-year AI data center deal. Now, Google has acquired a 5.4% stake in Bitcoin mining company Cipher Mining as part of a $3 billion multi-year data center deal with artificial intelligence data center company FluidStack. Now, according to a Thursday announcement, Google will receive its stake in Cipher Mining in exchange for guaranteeing $1.4 billion of FluidStack's obligations in the contract with Cipher. Now, this plays a part in larger $3 billion FluidStack deal with Cipher to lease computing power for 10 years. Now, the news follows another similar deal between Google and FluidStack. In late August, the internet search behemoth became the largest shareholder of Bitcoin miner TeraWulf by acquiring 14% of the company in exchange for guaranteed obligations in a separate FluidStack deal. So the deal will see Cipher deliver 168 megawatts of computing power to FluidStack and supported by a maximum of 244 megawatts of gross capacity. Now, at its Barber Lake site in Colorado City, Texas, the site is also capable of reaching a total capacity of 500 megawatts and possesses 587 acres of surrounding land. Now, Cipher Mining tweeted this out. The Cipher Mining signs the 168 megawatt 10-year AI hosting agreement with FluidStack. Now, in this transaction, Cipher will deliver 168 megawatts of critical IT loads to FluidStack at its Barber Lake site, securing $3 billion in contracted revenue over the initial 10-year term. Now, the agreement also includes a 2 to 5 year extension option, which, if exercised, would bring the total contract revenue up to $7 billion. Now, to support the build-out, Google will backstop at $1.4 billion of FluidStack's lease obligations and then will receive warrants to acquire shares of the Cipher common stock, equating to about a 5.4% pro forma equity ownership in the stake. Now, Google, I believe Google said this, but Google said, "We are thrilled to be working with FluidStack to develop HPC data centers, and we look forward to welcoming Google as an investor in Cipher." Now, this transformative transaction reinforces our HPC momentum as we continue to attract attention for our large and growing pipeline of sites, said Tyler Page. Now, Cipher's CEO, "We believe this transaction represents the first of several in the HPC space as we continue to scale our capabilities and strengthen our position in this rapidly growing sector." Now, this deal also strengthens AI mining and its crossover. So they're not just a Bitcoin miner. Like, AI is taking up so much data, and like miners and these groups, like we need them. So that's why Google is definitely investing in them and taking ownership. But Google will backstop its $1.4 billion FluidStack lease obligations to Cipher Mining in exchange that the internet giant will receive warrants to acquire approximately 24 million shares of the Cipher common stock, equating to at least approximately 5.4% pro forma equity ownership. Now, Cipher CEO Tyler Page said that the deal reinforces the company's high-performance computing momentum, and we believe this transaction represents the first of several in the HPC space as we continue to scale our capabilities and strengthen our position in this rapidly growing sector. He said the deal underscores a broader trend of crypto mining firms shifting into artificial intelligence computing. So earlier this week, CleanSpark announced a $100 million financing round, partly earmarked for AI infrastructure, sending its stock up 5% in the after hours of trading. In mid-September, analysis from the Miner Mag revealed that Bitcoin mining stocks extended their recovery, outpacing Bitcoin, and the trend was partly explained by investors rewarding miners pursuing GPU and AI pivots. Now, other miners include Hive Digital have also expanded in GPU and AI services. In mid-August, the company reported record revenue and earnings in its fiscal first quarter. So yeah, blockchain and AI is kind of like merging together because again, they both take lots of power, they take lots of GPUs, and so like miner farms and mining companies, they're kind of diving into both sides of it all. But again, like it's still bullish for everything. We need AI. AI is our next form of technology, just transforming our future, as well as blockchain technology. So they're going to work together. I think there was an article out there saying like blockchain doesn't need AI, or AI does need to be blockchained. Oh yeah, so AI does need to be on a blockchain. So I didn't pull up that article for why that needs to happen, but maybe I'll cover it in tomorrow's news. But that's Google taking a 5.4% stake. Now let's take a quick commercial break, and I will be back to finish off our last tidbit of articles. Not a lot of news. It was a busy morning, so I got what I did for you guys. But let's play this quick commercial ad, and we will be right back.
For years, banks promised innovation, but they gave us fees and friction and fine prints. Today, all that changes. Introducing Private Key Bank from Bitcoin Bank's Crypto Club, the world's first Bitcoin native credit union. Rebuilt from the ground up in the heart of El Salvador, a place where your Bitcoin isn't just stored, it grows. Earn 4% interest paid in Bitcoin, compounded, secured, and accessible. No middlemen, no hidden games, just your money working for you. Send funds across borders instantly, without SWIFT codes, without currency conversions. Pay anyone, anywhere, with a tap of a finger. This isn't banking as usual. This is freedom, beautifully engineered. The future of finance is finally here.
Yes, if you want to be part of that, give that number a call. It's also scrolling down here, 941-413-8080. Lots of great stuff's happening. And yeah, with the Private Key Capital Bank, I believe Jay is down there right now. I think after he did a show this morning, he was off to go see our wallets ready, because every person with an account with the Private Key Capital will have a Bitcoin wallet or just a crypto wallet associated with that address. So again, it's the first fully backed Bitcoin bank credit union, and like none of the other banks out there are doing it. So this is a huge thing. If you want to be a part of it and have an account, it's always good to have multiple accounts too. Like that's a good thing in the crypto space. Like you don't just want one, but like having crypto wallets, you just don't want one. Each one has a different purpose. My phone one is for trades, transactions, just moving stuff around. Well, I have another crypto wallet on a crypto laptop from Calyx Solutions. We do have a link down below. But yeah, I have one there. That's my vault. That's my savings account. I don't touch that for anything other than to put more money into it, or I need to take some out because I got to pay bills, and I'll send it over to this phone. So having multiple crypto wallets is a good thing to do. And with bank accounts, it could be the same thing. So you may want to consider that, because banks have the ability to shut and freeze accounts all the time. So it's always good to have a backup as well. So like I remember when I first started getting started, I just had, one bank account. Eventually I was like, you know what? There's a lot of freezing and just control happening over there. Let me have another bank account too. So yeah, if you want to consider having another bank account, consider Private Key Capital. So if you want more information, go to bitcoinben.io, or again, give us a call at 941-413-8080. And we have still tons of other programs as well, from confidential bulk crypto purchases, loans for Bitcoin, home to hodl, and a beef initiative. So check us out at this website. Let's continue on with the news. What else is happening? I think I stumbled across this during that commercial ad. Looks like Apple CEO Tim Cook says he owns Bitcoin, and I've been interested in it for a while. So everyone has been interested in it. Now they're finally getting involved because, again, it's now okay in the world. It's not just a risky asset that only bad actors use. Like, it's everybody. So now, like, people are coming out of the shadows, they're talking about it, and they're going, yeah, I've been into it, I've been interested in it, and I do own some. So that's pretty cool seeing that from Tim Cook. I haven't verified this, but as I was scrolling through this, I thought I saw that like Apple now has Bitcoin Lightning Network. So again, this is just a Twitter post. I would have to confirm it, but hey, let's see if anybody on Grok said it. But you can now send Bitcoin directly through iMessage with the Lightning Network. Somebody has had to ask Grok. See, so like in Twitter, you can even like go at Grok. Is this legit or just another fake news headline? So let's click on it and let's see what Grok posted. Yes, it is legit via third-party apps like Macadamia Wallet, which added an iMessage extension for sending Bitcoin over the Lightning Network with eCash after 2025 court ruling eased Apple's crypto rules. Not native to Apple yet. So, okay, so it's not native to Apple yet, but I guess now, or maybe you can do it now, but yeah, so you can send Bitcoin via the Lightning Network just through the messages. So that is pretty cool. So I believe, yeah, you need to get the Mercado wallet, link it, or Macadamia wallet, link it up, and you should be good to do that. So that's some awesome quick tidbit news I was able to pull up during that commercial ad. But let's see, what else is happening in the crypto space outside of Bitcoin? Looks like Uphold has a crucial message for XRP holders out there. So I do like the exchange Uphold when I get people involved in crypto, because I do need an on and off ramp to like use cash to buy crypto. I usually recommend either Coinbase, Cash App, or Uphold as the main ones. For when you're dealing with crypto exchanges, they'll be like Coinbase or Uphold, like easy to use, not so trouble with signing in. And then if like banks have problems with exchanges, then I'll push them through Cash App. But like I like to know the news of what's happening with Uphold. So what do they have to say about XRP and what's this crucial message? So let's find out together. So a quiet but transformative shift is unfolding in the XRP ecosystem, one that could redefine how investors perceive the digital asset. For years, XRP narratives have focused largely on price speculation and market volatility. Now the conversation is shifting toward productivity, turning passive holdings into an active source of income. Now this evolution promises to elevate XRP from a purely speculative play to a credible component of income-generating investment strategies. Now, how is Uphold going to make this strategic move? Well, Uphold, the global multi-asset trading platform, recently revealed that it is making steady progress toward enabling XRP holders to earn yield directly on its platform. The company emphasized that yield on XRP is among the most requested feature by its users and confirmed that multiple promising methods are under exploration. Now, Uphold tweeted, earning yield on XRP has been one of the most requested features on Uphold, and we're making steady progress with this. So while Uphold has not released a launch time, its statement signals that a determined effort to deliver the capability to its vast retail base is happening. Now, how are they going to turn XRP into a productive asset? Currently, the XRP ledger does not natively support staking or proof-of-stake rewards. So to bridge this gap, Uphold is exploring technical solutions that may involve integrating smart contract-enabled networks such as the Flare network. Now, by wrapping XRP and routing it through yield-bearing mechanisms, Uphold aims to provide holders with a straightforward way to generate returns while maintaining regulatory compliance. Now, these trials are in development, but industry observers see them as a significant breakthrough for mainstream. So basically, they're doing what they did with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a proof of work, so you require miners to solve blocks on the blockchain, verify transactions, while some cryptocurrencies out there are proof of stake, which just requires holding your tokens and like staking it, which is basically like a smart contract. So you need to have X amount of crypto, hold it for X amount of time, you'll earn X amount of rewards with it. And so like that, and like by qualifying with that smart contract for staking wise anyways, like that's what's basically approving the contract works. We're going to now verify, validate transactions, make new blocks on the blockchain. So XRP is not on a network. I believe they are a proof of work coin, or were they pre-mined? No, I totally forgot with XRP, but with XRP, no, since it's not a proof of stake, you can't do that method to earn yield on it. So they're going to wrap XRP tokens on another blockchain. They're saying Flare, which has smart contract and staking abilities. And then you'll be staking that token and earning rewards on that you can then trade back into XRP, I would assume. So this is what they're kind of doing. But why does yield matter, and why does it matter for adoption? Well, the ability to earn yield on XRP changes its value proposition, as market analysis contrarian DNA noted. This is how you transition from a speculative asset to a productive financial tool, and offering yield creates several key advantages. First, it makes XRP attractive to the broader retail audience, particularly users who avoid complex, decentralized financial protocols. Second, it meets critical requirements for institutional investors who often seek yield-bearing opportunities before committing large capital allocations. And finally, competition among platforms offering yield could spur innovation across the entire XRP ecosystem. Now, what's going to come next? Well, Uphold's implementation will depend on obtaining regulatory approvals, completing technical integrations, and establishing secure custodial arrangements to guarantee transparency and asset protection. Now, while the company has not disclosed specific rates or timelines, it has urged users to monitor its official updates for details as the development progresses. Now, if successful, Uphold's initiative will mark a pivotal moment for XRP by transforming the token from a simple speculative asset into an instrument capable of generating steady returns. Uphold is helping set the stage for broader institutional participation and a new chapter in XRP's market maturity. So this is what Uphold's news was on the XRP message for the XRP holders. They are looking at producing yield for XRP holders out there, and it's going to be staking technology by wrapping up their token, putting it on the Flare network, and then you stake the wrapped XRP token to earn whatever they're going to give for that, whether it be more wrapped XRP or a new token that's on there, and then you can just convert that token forever. So still nothing's been aligned yet with this, just this is what they're working on. And so I'm just keeping you informed on that. Now, those interested in some airdrops out there, I saw this pop up in the news, so if one comes up, I will share it. But it looks like the GOAT network airdrop is debuting on Binance Alpha with the GOATed token. Now, I believe this GOAT network coin was a part of like an AI project where like everything was just AI decisions making for this token and network's growth. And I think it did pretty well, but I haven't heard anything since then. But now it looks like they're going to be doing an airdrop. Let's see what you need to be able to get it. So get ready. This is from Binance Wallet. Binance Alpha will be the first platform to feature BitLight Labs, or the Light, on September 27th, and GOAT Network, the GOATed, on September 27th as well. Eligible users can claim their airdrops using Binance Alpha points on the Alpha event page once trading opens. Further details will be announced soon, so please stay tuned to Binance. So the source stud came from the Binance wallet, and early supporters will be able to claim free tokens using Binance Alpha for once trading begins. Now, this airdrop is not a giveaway. It's the first major step for the Bitcoin native ZK Rollup project that wants to unlock new yield opportunities for Bitcoin holders. Now, claiming the GOAT Network airdrop, their airdrop officially kicks off on September 27th. So I believe that is today, Thursday, so Friday. So this will be on Saturday. Qualified users can redeem GOATed tokens using Binance Alpha points, and further information will be posted on the Alpha events page upon opening for trading. Now, the airdrop pool accounts for 7% of the overall supply and is intended to compensate early adopters while broadening the community. Now, the tokenomics behind the GOAT token, well, there's going to be 1 billion total supply. Circulating supply right now is 104.34 million, so that's about 10%. Now, based on its token distribution model, the highest portion of tokens, the 39.42%, is allocated for mining rewards. So, okay, so there's 40, there's 10 in circulation right now. So we're at 50%. So where's the other 50 at? So let's see, the Treasury has 15%, airdrops are getting 7%. Early backers, 15.58%. And the team of contributors, future employees, and key partners will have 23%, and the mining pool reserved is 40%. So there's the whole tokenomics of where those 1 billion tokens are going to be at. Now, the rest goes, again, we already saw this on the team behind it, but the utilities of the GOATed token. The GOATed token is designed to power the entire ecosystem, and its main uses include staking rewards and boost, locking up tokens to improve Bitcoin yields and participation rewards, ecosystem growth, supporting developers, dApps, and BTC-based goods, mining rewards, compensating sequencer node operators for protecting the network, and then also governance, enabling holders to vote in proposals and influence the future decisions of the token. So this broad set of utilities makes GOATed more than a speculative asset. It's driving force behind the adoption. Now, the GOAT network's price prediction, with 1 billion total supply and an initial circulating supply of approximately 104.34 million, market conditions are ripe for a solid start. So the short-term GOATed is predicted to be at 20 cents to 35 cents within its initial week-based. Now, medium-term adoption, if ecosystem increases, the token might hit 80 cents or $1.20. Again, these are just price predictions, nothing solid or guaranteed with these. Like, it could, when the token gets released, it could be at 8 cents, 10 cents, and then we see where we go from there. But what is their mission? For years, Bitcoin has been seen mainly as digital gold, a store of value for long-term holders, but most BTC sits idle in wallets doing nothing. So the project intends to do that by making Bitcoin a productive yield-producing asset. The newly formed GOAT Foundation will oversee the network's growth, prioritizing scaling Bitcoin's performance, but by maintaining security. Now, with innovations such as decentralized sequencers, a sophisticated ZK-VM engine, and the BitVM2 challenge model, the network provides accelerated settlements, enhanced security, and open rewards for users. And another Binance Alpha airdrop is also taking place on the same day, which is the BitLight airdrop. Now, the final thoughts on this, though, go as the GOAT network airdrop on Binance Alpha is more than just a free token. I guess it's the signal to start a new Bitcoin native ZK rollup ecosystem. While sound tokenomics, creative yield mechanics, and the support of the GOAT Foundation, the project has a potential to be among the most significant crypto launches in 2025. And that sounds really AI generated. But no, just want to let you know, though, that there is an airdrop happening. Well, not really an airdrop. You need the Binance Alpha points to acquire it. So hey, if you want to get it and you have some Binance points because you use that exchange, go ahead and get it. Why not? What else are you going to use those points on? But just want to make you aware of this taking place right now. Now, the last article, should I have two more articles? Let's see. I think I got two more. So our next article is Circle considers a refund system for stablecoin payments. So this is getting more like the traditional market out there. Let's see how they're going to do this. Because, well, again, Circle is a centralized network, so they can do upgrades all they want to the network. Most blockchains are permanent out there, like Bitcoin. Nothing's being changed there. But some of these centralized tokens out there have full control to make back-end changes, freeze wallets, or do all like that. It's in their code to do it. And Circle, Tether, like all the centralized tokens out there, they have this capability. But let's see how they're going to be adding this function into their system, which could work out for them. But Circle explores adding a refund mechanism to stablecoin payments, a step that could boost trust and push crypto closer to mainstream finance. So Circle considers the refund system. Stablecoin issuer Circle is exploring a refund mechanism that could reshape how digital currencies integrate with traditional finance. President Heath Tarbert told the Financial Times that enabling refunds in cases of fraud or disputes would make stablecoins more appealing to the regulated financial institutions and everyday users alike. They said, "We are considering whether transactions can be reversed while still ensuring settlement finality," said Talbert. He noted that developers are already discussing whether select blockchains might follow repayments under agreed conditions in case of fraud. Now, a step toward mainstream integration. So Circle is currently testing the ARC blockchain, which already enables transaction reversals. The company now proposes an additional layer, allowing payments to be undone by mutual agreement, similar to how credit card refunds work. Now, ARC blockchain versus the other stablecoins right now. So gas token for ARC blockchain would be USDC, Tempo is Stripe, Genosis is Chain, and Stellar is XRM. The FX engine is built in. Tempo is opt-in, Nope to Gnosis, and it's on-chain for Stellar. Time to finality, so it's a sub-second. Tempo is 2 to 3 seconds. Genosis 15 to 30 seconds, and Stellar is 5 seconds. Still very fast, but some people just like that a little bit faster. So, and then privacy is an opt-in. Tempo is confidential. Genosis chain is none. Stellar is none. So a lot of perks to the ARC blockchain that they chose. But the Financial Times also reported that Circle plans to let users adjust transparency settings for balances and transactions to protect private data. So while wallet addresses would remain public, transaction amounts moved through ARC would be encrypted. So if you're handling financial transactions and you don't necessarily want everyone to see the amounts, we've created a privacy layer for that. Now, building beyond just ARC. Earlier this year, Circle launched its Gateway product to consolidate USDC liquidity across multiple blockchains. This new refund-focused approach signals that the company is working not only on scaling its infrastructure, but also building features that mirror protections in the traditional banking system. Now, here's another little chart they pulled up for us. Let's see, what is this about? The Circle Gateway overview for Circle Docs. So we got the deposit, sign. Let's see, the gateway just goes to API off-chain, gateway contract done. Signing transactions, and then execute. So I guess this is how the function goes. User, attestation, gateway, goes back. But if successful, this addition of a refund mechanism could bring stablecoins one step closer to mainstream adoption. addressing long-standing concerns about fraud, disputes, and consumer protection and blockchain-based payments. So again, it's going to give people in the traditional market just a little bit more comfort going, oh, we can actually do this. Cool. But when it comes to actually a Bitcoin adoption and everything, it's not going to be a part of that. There's no reversing that. You can't change that code out there. This is like when you're dealing with Bitcoin, you are fully responsible for it all. Making sure when you send that transaction, it goes through, you're verifying everything, keeping it secure and secured wallets, not leaving on exchanges out there. So this isn't helping Bitcoin, but this is helping more the traditional side get more involved. So that's our Circle news adopting a refund system. So we'll see how that rolls out and if it actually works for them. Now, the last news article I'm going to be covering is about Sharplink Gaming set to tokenize its equity on Ethereum with Superstate. So again, everything's being tokenized. Equity, stocks, car titles and deeds like we saw in the DMV in California, like everything's going on the blockchain, and looks like Sharplink's putting their equity on Ethereum. So the Ethereum-focused treasury firm is also exploring compliant trading of tokenized shares on decentralized markets as part of a partnership with the Superstate. So Sharplink Gaming, the Ethereum treasury firm led by Joseph Lubin, unveiled plans on Thursday to tokenize its equity on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, as the stock tokenization trend is gaining steam, the Minnesota-based firm said it has tapped tokenization specialist Superstate as its digital transfer agent, while its equity token will be natively issued through Superstate's Opening Bell platform, a system designed to issue SEC-registered shares directly on the blockchain rails. Now, this move comes as tokenization of financial instruments such as equity is gaining momentum across crypto markets. Now, a slew of tokenized equity offerings debuted in the past few months, predominantly for investors outside the US, including by Robinhood, Gemini, and Dinaro, Ondo's Finance Global Markets, and Xstocks by Kraken and Bakkt Finance. However, some products drew concerns such as limited shareholder rights and fragmented regulation. So Sharplink's tokenized stock will be legally identical to traditional equity, while it can be stored in digital wallets and integrated with on-chain protocols. Now, the press release said that beyond the issuance, Sharplink Superstate also plans to explore how such shares could eventually trade on decentralized exchanges and automated market makers. Now, that step, if approved, would test how tokenized securities can circulate in a market built around smart contracts or remain compliant with U.S. security rules. Now, Sharplink's initiative follows digital asset investment firm Galaxy's similar effort to tokenize its Class A common shares on Solana with an opening bell. Now, the SBET is lower by 7% in early trading Thursday, alongside a steep slide in the price of Ethereum to below 4,000. So that's what Sharplink's doing. They're going to be tokenizing their stock shares. And again, who was it that said that they were doing it again? I literally just read it. Mine just slipped. Global Ondo, which one had it already? It was Galaxy. So they already did it with their common shares. I'm not sure how that's going. That's going to be a follow-up to see how that's going. I'm sure I covered it in a news article at some point. But no, everything's going to be tokenized, guys. It's transparent. It's going to be 24/7. You're not just dealing with the common traditional stock exchange. And so they're going to work on trying to decentralized DeFi network for decentralized exchanges, as well as automated market makers. So that's Sharplink's really bullish on Ethereum out there. They're one of the largest treasury holders of that token, so they had a little difference of like the Bitcoin. So instead of doing a Bitcoin treasury, they decided on an Ethereum one. But guys, that is it for the news today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Joe, good morning. Thank you for being here. Enjoy that donut. But that is it for the news. Let's see. Bitcoin's price right now at the current time is 111,189. I think we touched 10. Oh, did we touch 107 today? No, that was a month ago. Hold on. Let's go for the month chart. Where is our lowest point? Let's do the weekday chart. So our lowest we hit today was 110. So if you picked up some of Bitcoin at that price, kudos. Lower that dollar cost average. That's the best thing to do in the space for long-term holding and growth. Just rule one, never sell your Bitcoin. If we hear about us talk about how we use Bitcoin in everyday life, then you need two wallets. A wallet strictly just for savings, you're never going to touch Bitcoin. Then another wallet that you're going to have fun with, trade, spend for your bills or whatnot. But dollar cost average for that long-term growth, because again, Bitcoin's hard capped at 21 million. institutions and governments are keep buying it. They're going to be adding it to their treasury. And again, once it hits an exchange, or not, once these buyers hit exchanges because they can't go from miners or over the counters anymore, that's when we will see the godlike candle for Bitcoin, and there's nothing stopping that. So just dollar cost average. Don't be a person left with no Bitcoin. If you need help, join the club. Give us a call at 941-413-8080. That's scrolling down here. But guys, have an awesome Thursday. We got a crypto class going on in 45 minutes. I'm going to get that set up. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Love you guys.
In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing Calyx Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty Laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges. It's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At Calyx Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calyxsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. Calyx Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calyxsolutions.io.